If I'm Shroud,
Gotta
no
say,
cap,
Rivals
I'm
find
dropping
probably
that
the best
Loki
show
player,
on
that
Twitch
Luna
without
player, and I'm
sponsor. If
fucking
you've got
signing
money, it is
Valentina
now
Eve, bro.
time to
No
get
troll.
in $.
I'm not even kidding either.
I'm going rogue.
I'm
ZP.
being
Gonna
dead
mix you
fucking
out here in this
serious.
Rivals universe,
Valentina Eve is
because this just
better
too
than
fun to
both of them
watch.
combined.
Look at
Like, I'm not even troll.
But Hogs immediately just finds Doomed in the beginning. Kind of interesting to see a Star-Lord just get crunched by Thing super early. But already one player advantage for Sentinels. Intergalactic having to find a way back in. And, you know, when you're running these tanky setups, again, losing just one player, it is a difficult mound to come back from. As
you could just sense who's going to win the fight already. Look how much space that Intergalactic had. They had zero space.
They're not playing triple Vanguard. They still have double
Literally,
duelists,
Hulk on
and
point,
that
5
means you
people
can't
behind
fight
him
on
was the
full threat.
play,
You're not
by
gonna
the
be
way.
able to deal with all
Their
the
Namor
help,
literally
all
walked
that
all the
the
way up
indications
to their
that come
back
from
line.
Intergalactic. So
On
they
the-
split.
on the left.
Rye Amazing goes to a flank. You know, they make sure that
You could
they
just
never
like
get pressure, they
instantly
can
tell
drop the
like
quest into the deep.
who loses
Super
the
Gomez
fight.
also looking for
These
a
guys need to
flank,
like
trying
grow a
find
ball
pickoffs,
sack, bro.
trying to
Just
get a
take
lot of value
space.
from
Go,
Bionic
go,
Coach.
go.
And
You have
it
triple
worked
tank, bro.
expertly, because then
Walk
they're
up.
split trying to find
Let's
anyone,
go,
and
let's go,
because
let's go.
Kaluj is on this Thor, probably one of the highest DPS tanks currently in the game, just because the Awakening rune, and it cleaves through the enemy team, and it worked expertly because all the split focus means that Sentinels could just get the picks they needed.
All right, Sentinels, Intergalactic staging here. It's Sentinels on the defense. Intergalactic looking to flip this back the other way. Right, amazing. Slaying in some damage on the Namor in the back line. Has the horn, good to go. Might be flinging some whales sooner than you may think.
Damage boost whale.
Sentinels now move
You're gonna
forward.
get a
Fate
big
of
one.
Both worlds gonna be used. Doomed in, Blaster Barrage, Korova down. Early pick off here for Intergalactic, and this is where you're running a tankier comp. You can be a little bit more aggressive after pick number 1. Galactic Legend in over the top. We'll see if this is enough to turn the tide. It's looking good for Intergalactic.
I mean, and with no
Okay, not bad,
strategies
actually.
here, Doom just going to be cleaning up. Intergalactic making the swap over to the Namor, doing the second duelist. So crucial there, because now they can more thump. I mean, despite the fact that
I think this Rye Amazing guy should have used his
there's still a
ult.
lot of heals,
They
and
should
also
have tried to
Idle
kill
Aura just able to go out
with Luna
on
damage
to-
boost,
onto
but
Star-Lord means
They've called it Intergalactic Legend. They've taken over the Star-Lord ability.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a tough one.
But we're looking at Impunity right now, hanging on, checking his watch, going, what time is it right now? It's not quite a clobbering time, though I think most of the watch is pretty much set to that. You see Impunity now, moving forward, looking for the right time, gonna drop clobbering time. Oh, getting focus
gonna
fired
look for
into
it?
Impunity barely
Think he's looking.
surviving. The heals, though, very good for Intergalactic, but comes
Wow,
at a cost.
that
is
actually hit
knocking his
Namor.
focus
I don't
down
know how
instead.
that hit him,
Sentinels
but
still picking up 2.
And that's exactly what you want to see. I mean, if you're Sentinels, getting able to force early Fate of Both Worlds and then walk back up, drop the Hornet Proteus, get a pick. Gonna be a late
Okay.
deal now, a late delim now onto Window Shift. Hornet Proteus available, and a lot of pressure now gonna be onto Aramora to see.
And I think this
okay,
Window guy
how does
only
she
plays
mitigate the damage
Groot,
coming out
like,
here from this Hornet
that's
Proteus.
his, like,
How do
only,
they stay
like-
alive with this regeneration domain.
that's all I've ever seen him play.
I think it's gonna be a quick God of Mischief coming on in. In all likelihood, Kaluj though. Right now, God of Thunder on deck in the front line. Just saying, I dare
Damn.
you to come fight me. Punches Senior Hoff right
that
in
doesn't
the jaw.
one-shot?
Drops a God of Thunder right after Sentinels, working one up. God of Mischief used. Fate of Both Worlds. It's a dance-off in play. The Sentinels right now just roll back to point going, no back cap. We would like to keep this point. Thank you very much.
Now Sentinels, I mean, they made it here to the point to defend. Intergalactic here as well. The Galactic Legend gonna be over at this point. Actually, still just popped, I should say. And there's no strategist ult now for Sentinels as Super Gomez continuing to find 1, find 2,
GG.
find 3. And I mean, Sentinels, it was well played from Intergalactic, but Sentinels just keeping so much pressure throughout the entirety of that first point. Okay, he's been played a lot of it for the squad of Sentinels. And what's so important here is Sentinels hold on to the Horn of Proteus here and also Fate of Both Worlds for this next point.
I mean, they get a little bit of savings from the last game. Senior Hoff, though, going on the backside now on the Thor.
Oh no, my goat Impunity! He did not hit the clobbering time.
You guys did the
Meanwhile,
fucking
Korova
raccoon
just
shit.
got simply abducted. Start things
Interesting
off
that
there.
Wolverine is
Intergalactic
unbanned.
Off the early pickoff.
I don't think Wolverine's that
just
good into what
kidnapping.
they're playing on the other team.
See if this is what they need to get first point. They're
But
just about there.
maybe,
Sentinels
we'll see.
stuck having to fight this back 5 versus 6. Kaluj just getting punched into
I think it's like
oblivion.
okay against Thor and
Has to
like
take a
just
step
bad
off
against
the point.
Thing.
Cap going the way of Intergalactic. And this is kind of things here where you have an advantage, but you don't necessarily
But I mean,
chase
Wolverine
too
is just like a
deep,
good
as
character
you
in
know, It's
general,
about to be
so it's like
back to
fine.
6v6.
100%, especially not on the Super Social Factory. It's so hard here with the rotating point and this really small choke.
What?
And there's gonna be the metal cannonball throwing Senior Hoff on the Wolverine.
A weak
You're
ass
not getting
throw,
too
bro.
much.
What the
You're
fuck
gonna
was
back up
that?
here, and Sentinels walking in with six ults here for this fight.
They're rich. They're absolutely rich. They're looking to spend. Intergalactic will see if they can
Oh,
hold
he
on.
almost got him off the map.
Early on Gomez, though.
That's like, yeah, Wolverine's really got on this point because you could try to get him off the map like every 10 seconds. It's always a threat every 10 seconds.
Has been used. Last stand ready here
So
for
they have to stay on the right side of point, kind of.
Looking for anything right now. Into the back. Still last stand on deck. Kaluj. Does he use it now? He does. Into the back he goes. Kaluj down. Intergalactic able to get one. Evened back out. Intergalactic still in control of the point here too, Avast. Fate of both worlds coming in as Rumoured now on the clone.
And Sentinel still, I mean, Rumoured playing this so well, getting that late God of Mischief. Still, despite the picks, despite the last stand from Senior Hoff, they sustained here on the point. They're able to stay alive. Really, really good ults. And Sentinel's still in control, finally getting the cap. They're going to have
instead of 9 months.
Intergalactic walking in. Sure, 2 clobbering times, that's fine. I'll have 2 clobbering times. But it's, in return, you're just going to have to watch out, like, okay, who's going to force perhaps a regeneration domain, something early.
Damn. He went hella early.
Time, Hogs, check the watch, dropped it, but also got dropped in turn.
He got like a low-key shift earlier. That'd have been pretty good.
And now, right now, back to what is setting up to be another 5 versus 5 Sentinels in control of the point. Intergalactic looking for a way back.
Oh, I don't think you want to go up there, Amazing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The Wolverine was there. That was problematic.
Well,
that guy's not bad at fucking Wolverine.
The deep were not a blessing there, ZP. And there's going to be an early pickoff as well as Intergalactic make it here onto the point. Sentinels downright amazing. That's a lot of damage here. And Senior Hoff should be able to run wild as already there's going to be the Fate of the World. There's going to be a Kraken impact as well from Doom.
What? Sentinels might lose this map, I think.
I mean, I'm sure Hogs can delay here.
Or this like map on top.
Oh no, they're going to commit the Fate of both worlds here for Sentinel ZP, thinking they can last a little bit longer.
And they wasted,
they
might lose
I think
this.
what happens is as soon as they use Fate of both worlds, like 2 people just happened to get dropped that weren't in it at the time or right before. It was just a little bit unfortunate timing.
I'm pretty sure they lose
Intergalactic now, perhaps 1 fight away from evening
Based off
things
the
out here. In our first map, in our best of 7
it comes down to whoever hits an Immortal here.
3 ults on deck.
Whoever hits an Immortal wins.
Gotta think we're about to see
with the Luna damage
do a
boost.
little bit of dancing via God of Mischief here in just a moment.
I mean, there's going to be the early Galactic Legend coming on out. Super Gomez trying to get pressure, but so much Namor damage here onto the high ground. So well played from Window, making sure to keep the pressure on. Sentinels now made it to the point, but they're going to have to try to survive through this ult barrage.
The horn comes in. Intergalactic with 1, but here's Amazing. A far better blow of the horn. Takes down 2.
Bro,
here
there is a legitimate group player on fucking
finishes off the God
Namor right now, by the way.
Sentinels pushing us to which on the Hogs. Hogs gonna have to rejoin the rest of Sentinels. Ultimates though being built on up. Galactic Legend.
This is gonna have to be a badass Bucky ult.
Time is nigh, but Doom decides to open things up with the Kraken impact. Diving on in. As another reset ready to go. Amazing though gets on to his counterpart. Namor for Namor. Sentinels.
Oh,
6,
and
4,
Amazing
5.
blocks that reset
Sentinels
there, ZP. So there's going to be no more Kraken impacts as well. Sentinels looking really
Star-Lord
strong here
too.
at the point. The Galactic Legend going to be out for Super Gomez. Intergalactic
The icing
in a
on
really
top.
tough spot. Sure, the last stand will come out, but it's just not going to be enough. They can probably sustain here for a
Vex
little bit
and
longer,
Prime.
but I think Sentinels has this in the bag.
Overtime ticking on down. Intergalactic cannot touch. And Sentinels taking our first map in our first 4 across 2.
Intergalactic should have won map 2 right there, but they kind of just threw.
People that may have went into this going like, oh, Intergalactic.
Let's get the tank player on
they're
tank, bro.
Crunched,
No more, no more, bro.
Not quite the case.
He's thick, too.
they
Take
are.
it away, ZP.
I have to say, I love the spirit of having Jeff, even though you know you can't play Jeff. The fact that Aramori, she just respects the fact that one day it'll be a thing, and you can just simply walk out as Pajama Jeff. Don't say it, Avast. I swear to God, do not do what you're about to do.
I'm pretty sure Sentinels is like gonna just straight roll
it's
them
also
on the
just
first
like a
point.
slight optimization there, Will is right
Because they already have like so much positioning right now with
and then
triple
just
tank
immediately do
already.
the doppelganger with the the devious exchange. So you roll out really quickly. But I mean, no, I don't think the Jeff spirit will live on just potentially. I mean, I don't know exactly what you were thinking. I was
Shot
gonna
is
say,
fired.
I thought you were gonna make a thing pun. I said the word thing, and I'm just
no,
I've actually activated his trap card.
I thought you were going for like a my name Jeff thing, and I'm like, oh, we're doing
no.
Wait, what are we doing here?
No, absolutely not. But we are into it. It is going to be Sentinels here on the attack. Amazing. right now just on a little bit of monstrosity control.
Yeah, Sentinels already have way too much positioning. Oh, but they're throwing.
Going to be, that frozen spawn.
Should we heal the tanks?
But the pressure here,
Should we heal these guys?
Intergalactic, just so much damage. His window on the Doctor Strange builds up a humongous amount of stacks there. Using that cooldown, because I mean, you drop the primary fire, you drop the melee.
Attack for this particular map, or Intergalactic.
They just TP straight on point.
We're just running 2-2-2.
Well, I mean, I think it depends on we could discuss it too as the fight goes on, because Kaluj already gonna take down Nuck, and that means they just completely cancel the God of Mischief. It's gone.
Oh my! This guy just hit a 6-man ult into a more damage boosted ult.
The biggest whale we have seen all day long is Intergalactic just clean sweep Sentinels.
It's so
like,
hard
very
to
easily,
respond
it
if you
should
don't pre-pop a strategist ult.
Oh, that Nuck died.
Sentinels,
that Nuck guy
Only
died
minute 30 left. A lot
after
of time
using
has
his
been
ult.
burned away here thus far. Kaluj in on the Strange. Eye of Agamotto warmed up, ready to go. Just needs to look for the right opportunity. Doesn't want to get in a situation where it doesn't get value.
Wait,
Instead,
why is Super Gomez not going on the Namor? Why did it take him that
right
long to do that?
Intergalactic, I think that
It literally took him like 20 minutes.
They realized it might have happened if they stood in the
Go
doorway.
quick, bro.
Agamotto still gonna be used, and that is a dead Luna Snow. Kaluj still finds the opening.
Could make the argument that maybe, okay, like
Help,
it's
I
a
said
little
too.
bit of an overinvestment. You probably
Danny
had
thinks
a
the 40.
you had a ton of point control, but it guarantees the point there, right? And they set it up, Kaluj using the Coco Levitation to get a bump.
The Super Gomez guy should just mark the Namor only, I think.
But
That should, I think that's how he should play.
You can walk away from that being very happy only having to drop 2 ults. You didn't have to use the Fatal.
It should be like very easy
to
to mark him.
That's just 2 Vanguard ults right off the bat. As Super Gomez here on
With
the
all
Thor,
your
and we can
shifts and
talk
your
a
F,
little bit more about
should be like
this
good.
triple Vanguard here and why particular Thor. And the reason I really like the Thor here for the triple Vanguard is Thor, because he's able to use his shift to go up the high ground and to do so much damage with the Awakening Rune. It's so strong.
Right now, everyone is burning ults. No one, one person's out. Alex actually first to fall in this big ult exchange. Fate of Both Worlds still active here for Sentinels. God of Mischief gonna be invested same time. You see Sentinels right now, down 1, getting forced back a little bit here in the moment. And it's just a full regroup a little bit, just waiting to be back at full strength. Now moving in, Aramori gonna use the stolen ultimate. Fate of Both Worlds. Senior Huff, though, off the horn, puts a quick end to the push.
And Intergalactic seeing the opening there. I mean, they played it slow. There's a little bit of poke back and forth, and they just make sure.
The other team is hitting some good combos. I can't lie. They're hitting some good combos.
They're looking to drop a combo. They're looking to try to catch them there on both sides, on the underside of the high ground. And Intergalactic drops the Eye of Agamotto and the Horn of Proteus, and it's like, okay, fight done, well played. They'd removed.
Intergalactic's pretty good at comboing their Tanko with Namor ult.
And Intergalactic playing this extremely well on the defense so far. Sentinels looking to come back in. Sure, they'll have some Vanguard ults of their own, but there's gonna be a Fate of Both Worlds. So Intergalactic have plenty of sustain options as they're just gonna poke from the high ground.
But it should be obvious when it's happening. Like when Intergalactic support ults, you should be like very aware that a tank ult is coming in. Because when they support ult, they want something to happen because their Namor is gonna ult too for the damage boost.
Just quick bionic arm. Punish him for it. Bionic arm attempt, though, comes out, does not hit the Strange. Kaluj, perhaps the most slippery backside around. We have clobbering time in from Sentinels.
It's the opposite for Sentinels. Their tank ults are pretty bad right now.
Both Worlds coming in from Fidel.
And their Namor ults are pretty bad.
Kraken impacts from Doomed.
Jeez.
Just clean it up.
Oh, and that was absolutely beautiful there from Intergalactic. I mean, Proteus combo yet again, since we control the high grounds. Sentinels have to worry about
with his
pressure. They always have to be constantly watching for the Namor. Gonna force a very, very early blessing in the deep. Get him off the high ground, maybe. They don't get him off the high ground.
If they can go for a time whale, I'm all for it. Work in progress on the
time whale. I like that. I like time whale. It's pretty good.
We'll see how they set this one up. Kraken impact, though, in Super Gomez. Dancing around. The horn comes on in. Fidel gone. Sentinels up one so far in this
still
fight.
not hitting his ult.
Intergalactic looking
Hey,
for
Namor ult's
anything
pretty
that
hard
can
to
even
hit,
the scales.
like,
No
if
other
people are
ultimates
aware.
really able to be used here. Impunity might be checking the watch soon.
Like if they're playing
94%.
purely to dodge that
Clobbering
shit.
time, soon to be ready to go, but Intergalactic Invest, I think they'd rather just back up a little bit, get back up to 6, and then use
Last
it if
fight.
they can. But Impunity nearly
Sentinels
falls.
have better ults
I think
here.
that was a regeneration domain that just barely
If they go now.
Clobbering time comes
That
out, though.
freeze was-
Catches the back line. Can they get anyone off of Hogs? This is clobbering time. I think they can. There's the damage. I mean, so crucial. They're still alive for the time being, but they have no ults. The regeneration
No
domain,
way.
though, keeping everyone alive. But
No way. They might lose this.
However, holding on to the God of Mischief. There is a chance.
They take too
like,
long
yeah,
to go on
there
their
it is.
backline,
Fabled
bro.
Worlds
What is this team
invested.
doing?
Regeneration Domain
Go.
once again proving, God, what a
Push.
strong part.
Kill
of the
these
Loki
fucking
kit here,
supports.
even off of that.
Yeah, and
Blue zero
Intergalactic, they
man
can just
ult.
double dance here because Fidel immediately gonna follow up with
But I think they
another
lose.
Fate of both worlds. Is Intergalactic
Oh, wait, no, actually,
feeling
Sen has
nice
a
and healthy
better
here on the
support
point,
over
looking
here.
to get decisive damage down. Air Mori though coming in with
It's
the dance
all up to his
Fate of
tank
both
ult.
worlds
Does
after
his
Gun
tank ult hit
Mission.
anything?
Super Gomez
Yeah,
cracking
GG.
impact. Doom though getting far more. 2 down. Both
Wait,
supports
wait,
out
wait,
from
wait,
Doom.
wait,
Just
wait.
eviscerates the backline
Wait,
of the
wait,
Sentinels.
wait.
So it's another reset as well. Another reset. Just gonna keep getting resets. Super Gomez up, alive.
Wait.
Could do it all, but I just don't think there's enough health. No, there isn't.
No, the
And
problem there.
Intergalactic, I mean, just
How did
playing that
Sen
so
lose
well,
that?
GG.
Yeah, I mean, the
Wait,
problem there
why is
that
everyone
Golden
so
Kraken
scared to
impacts,
walk
the
up?
first
They had a
strike
better
of the
Luna
Kraken
ult.
impact coming from
They had a better
Intergalactic
Luna
just
ult. And
eviscerated the
two
healing that was
supports were
available.
stunned for an
Hey,
hour
lose
in the
both
back
your
after Hogs
Luna and
ulted
your
them.
Loki, you're not going to be sustaining
No
that
one
much
is
longer in
shooting
the fight.
these
That's just
people.
how
It's
it
only
goes.
Hogs
So,
shooting them.
a spirited defense.
I would actually be
from
butthurt if I
Intergalactic.
was Hogs.
And
He has in the background. Intergalactic.
It's
4
hummus.
minutes
It's
to
like very
attack.
just straightforward.
Actually, that
Like
sounds
the only
really
thing you have to think about is
But
like
Vaz, what do we
I
see?
your
would love some of
positioning,
that.
like whether or
I
not you
mean,
like flank.
I'm
When you're
currently
taking
seeing
space,
pretty much
off
the same
angling.
comp. I mean, this is like to be expected.
character
It's the
itself
same
is, like,
comp
pretty
to both
fucking
sides
easy
here,
to
no
play.
major adjustments. Intergalactic, since they're still going to be playing this strange, pretty much the strange thing, you're just looking for, okay, how do we make space? How do we immobilize someone? How do we find someone
Whoa,
that we can
whoa,
pick off
whoa,
here?
whoa.
Maybe drop a Maelstrom of Madness on his window. It's really, really low. I mean, both Vanguard just getting absolutely pounded on the approach.
Yeah, I mean, right
Intergalactic
now,
is
the
gonna
goal
get
here
ult
is
really
you're taking
fast.
damage,
They need to
you're
get
building
support
up
ult and just
ultimates.
instantly use it
Ideally,
and
you
go.
don't give up a pick
Because they're gonna have a way faster support ult with how much damage they're taking. And I think they know that. They should know that if they're good enough. Nuck should ult now. Go, 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 go. There you go. Push, push. Everyone push. Quick, quick, quick. Go, 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 go. And nice. Wow.
All that poke damage they convert into an earlier ultimate. They use it to take down Super Gomez, and now they have the 6v5 Sentinels. Up to them to respond. God of Mischief from Air Mori into
my.
Dear Lord, the whale. The horn was huge from Amazing.
I mean, it was looking a little.
Tim thinks of the
things have been
prime.
looking a little grim lately.
Grinch
Another big
into
joke, by
the
way.
2
I mean,
years.
I think overall
Jake
that,
into the
like,
5.
that was just a really well played though from Sentinels because okay, Nuck farms. Absolutely farms the God of Mischief off the regeneration domain there in the choke when everyone's just taking so much damage. Gets a little bit
Just
earlier.
mirror.
They can get a ton of pressure on Super Gomez. Catches them right before Aramori is able to get God of Mischief. But the Horn of Proteus in the choke. I mean, it's just so brutal. There's a reason Sun Tzu talked about this in The Art of War. I'm pretty sure about it. Chokes are very, very strong. You should throw your whales down there.
I mean, look, I just think the Simpsons predicted back in the day when they said nuke the whales because it would have stopped this from happening. Namor would not be a top tier pick without these summons. But Super Gomez, Kraken impact. Over and in. 1 down so far. Looking for a little bit more. However, horn is blown. This time though, no one falling down from that one. Not.
I don't know. That was
Super Gomez
bad
and
by
Intergalactic
Sen. Like
starting
what
to
was
turn
that?
This fight around into their favor, Avast.
Yeah, I mean, and just the Eye of Agamotto plus the clobbering time. Both
I feel like
lock down Sentinels.
I feel like Bucky ult is way better like just when it's chaotic.
With the portal,
But he just used it on defense. They're not even in. He just used it. You know what I mean? It feels just so newbie doing that.
Down, Kaluj getting pressured, gonna try to drop the Eye of Agamotto. Can they follow up? I don't think so because there's just so much healing here for Intergalactic right now.
Intergalactic, only 1:20 left, trying to hold off Sentinels. Sentinels looking to win this off on
Nope.
point A. Horn dropped to the back from Amazing. No one getting hit by the whale this time around. Sentinels, though, still looking for the way through. Aramori, God of Mischief. Fate of both worlds.
Hey, there's three Lokis up here, by the way. Amazing. You know about that? You know about that one? There's three
Intergalactic
Lokis just all shooting you with
win
the
this
Mystical
map, I
Missile.
think. Actually, second
Tale
point's
the
kind of hard
Lokis
too.
that absolutely do not care about you being there. Yeah, I've heard that one before. Also, Intergalactic winning the war of attrition right now, getting the convoy moving on forward, and this is very winnable now. 3.5 minutes for Intergalactic.
I mean, and once again, Intergalactic. I mean, they had the heals up. The Horde of Proteus.
That was bad by Super Good. He sparked that whole like loss.
To probably get something in that
I
fight.
think he was calling in the comms. I'm about to
reposition
ult. Like let's just run in or something here. I don't know. Because they just ulted for no reason and just ran in and everyone fucking died.
Of damage, a lot
was
of
newbie
damage
as
from
fuck.
primary fire, and having 3 of them all shoot you. I mean, that's like the worst case scenario if you're flanking DPS. Is seeing 3 Lokis there and they have regeneration.
But it's okay.
I mean, I just
Winnable.
generally in lore, I mean, 1 Loki is bad enough, let alone 3. It's just not a good time. But window, Agamotto ready to go. You gotta think he's eyeing the Sentinels all clumped together. It's prime time, the stop time. But on the other end,
Nah,
it's
this is
Doom.
GG, bro.
Just crunches Aramori with
This
the
is
Kraken
a
impact
massacre.
and is not stopping. Again, count at 3, and up the step window, and doomed himself for one more.
And then,
What?
I mean, I don't even know if they're going to be able to
Shit
contest
is
this.
like
I
the
mean, they
hardest
have
Bucky
full
gap I
cap.
ever
I don't
watched.
think it's going to be possible. No chance a portal's going to be opened up in time. And there's going to be the cap. I mean, map goes the way of Intergalactic. And this is versus who we're thinking is potentially going to be the chance with Sentinels. And they played that so expertly. I mean,
Takes home $1,000. And of course,
I'm pretty sure you could hold way more up than this. I think you could just hold the cart from spawn. Bro, if I'm pro, my team would literally spawn camp for 4 minutes straight on defense.
not
Like no troll.
surprising, but who could have thought? You see a Loki,
Even
you
letting
see a
them
Thor,
out is
and
crazy.
You see a Hela,
Not-
which
yeah.
means that
Now you only
you're
get
gonna
2
be seeing
fights, I
that
think.
Pretty much all that value from Hela when they get the
If you
elims.
spawn
Red
camp
team
and
players
die
are
on
falling,
cart,
getting
like
bonus
eventually
health
after
as well,
5
they're not
minutes,
falling. So
you
Sentinels
get
playing
3
a
fights,
very,
like
very,
total.
tanky style here, trying to anchor up here on the point, try to make sure that Rumoured on the Hela gets a ton of value. But Intergalactic playing this so well, making sure to try to split around, get damage
Sentinels
on both
are
sides.
horrible.
On the Loki,
What did I just watch?
Sets up some doppelgangers and actually gets a pick.
These guys are
multiple
running
picks,
the
really.
Fran strategy.
Yeah, and Intergalactic just stayed.
These guys are running me and the Fran
roll
strategy
on through.
in ranked.
Early on, not too shabby.
What the
here,
fuck is
early
going on?
Midtown. And take a look here. I think
That is
you kinda
literally
have to
me,
look at what
DeFran's, and
ults are building for
XQC
next
strategy
fight.
that
You
these
have
guys
to
are
think
running in
Aramori is
ranked.
just going to be a quick God of Mischief into.
What am I
Fate.
watching?
And it's just going to be buying time for Hogs, Collusion, Gomez on the triple Vanguard comp to find an opportunity here.
You see clobbering time gonna come out. Hogs getting caught, but you see Doom.
That was a pretty bad
Doom
ult.
gonna be popping
But I'm
this
pretty sure it's
Kraken
because
impact,
Doom
actually
thought
not
that they didn't have
getting
support
any
yet,
resets here,
maybe.
ZP. Yakov trying to find some, but oh my gosh, the burst. You can't get safe through the burst there when Window has the full Maelstrom of Madness.
Right, Amazing Hill went down early. They lose the Hela early in the fight. Fate of both worlds still active. Intergalactic, though, working at a one-man advantage here so far.
He didn't have
There we
shit.
go. Agamotto going to be invested
Ooh.
by Kaluj.
Should be a
Overtime
Sentinels
could
win
come from
here.
Hogs or ZP as well, so it keeps a lot of
No?
stun here on the point. But Doom gonna have another Kraken impact here. Touching
No
here onto the point,
way.
getting 1 pick, gonna get the reset, have more resets available, a little low, but getting
Yo, the ban Bucky, bro. Ban Bucky.
I mean, on this, we
Let
talked
this guy
about
play
Bucky.
Hela. Hela's not even that
Doom
good,
has been
bro.
getting so
Like,
much
ban
value.
Bucky, ban Bucky.
Yeah, it's also a little bit of Loki farming and team farming there at the beginning, but it's sort of like.
Why did we
I need a reset
why
on my
did we
Kraken
protect
impact.
Star-Lord, bro?
Loki,
Get this guy
who
on
are you?
Star-Lord.
We're just
No
like one
more
of your
Thor,
many
bro.
Loki
No
clones.
more.
Feed me.
It is. I mean, it's a classic. It's like, oh no, I'm almost out. I'm almost out of resets. I need some more Kraken impact. The humble Loki clone, seen there in the corner. Of course, we'll be taking that. As now Intergalactic setting up here for the next stage of their offense. See the point rearranging here a little bit. As Sentinels, I mean, they have the Goddess of Death, but overall Intergalactic, I think their ult make looking very good.
Yeah, I mean, they open with clobbering time. Do they get an early pickoff? They absolutely do. The follow through.
Intergalactic's really good at, like,
Sentinels just immediately collapsing.
very
and
good at
just
following
keeping
up on
this
tanks ult.
convoy well on its way.
They're very
And
good at
that's
killing. They're very good at
Intergalactic,
killing
investing
tanks
ults to
through
try and
tank
secure
ult.
this fight really, really early. There is going to be a potential
Like, they're
retest for
very
Sentinels,
protocol
but they
on
decided
that.
to pop both the Agamotto and
You could tell,
the Clobbering Time,
like, how
try
fast
to
they
just
burn
find
tanks
picks very,
and
very
how
early.
much they
do
target
get the
tanks
damage
with their
out there.
tank
Glorious,
ults.
There's going to be the Pearl directly onto the
That-
point here.
yeah.
Or since the regeneration domain, which is actually a pretty
They're
big
very
cooldown
like
gone.
practiced on that.
Generation domain used. Intergalactic now getting pushed back a little bit. Sentinels looking to make this defense a good one. Let's take care of Kaluj. Has the Agamotto ready to go. Of course, around corners, one of those
Again?
deadly places to use
What?
it. Instead, though, gets caught.
That was a
Who's gonna live?
fast
Out of
ass
the
ult.
gun.
What the
Amazing
fuck?
falling through, though.
Oh no, that was
Keeps that
Hog's ult.
protected. Just heavy,
Oh, wait, no,
heavy
wait.
damage in from Sentinels to hold this
Whose ult
corner.
was that?
Great.
And it's just one of those moments where they committed some ults earlier.
I think that was
They
this
committed
guy's
the-
ult.
They
He
committed
just
the
got
God
it
of Mischief.
against
They
him, huh?
committed both the Vanguard ults. Sure, they farmed them back up for the following fight, but Intergalactic having the issue where the portal comes in, and when the ults get
I think
traded,
they both
they're just
ulted.
waiting. They're waiting for some more Shrouds.
That was very
up.
close
And
for
Ryan
Sen
played
losing,
that
I'm
so
pretty sure.
well.
Like,
The
if
damage
Kaluj
from the
died
team
there,
up
I think
obviously
they
paying
might,
dividends.
like,
Just
lose.
utilizing the
It'd
high
be
ground to
close.
continue to get value, and just sitting in the back as well,
He got
just
pretty
elevated
low.
away. It just gets those multiple picks, which is giving the bonus health to his front line at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Aramori or Super Gomez right now, you are absolutely loving any play for Amazing.
You're playing
And
Strange the other
land
day,
even
getting
a
ult
single,
every 30 seconds, bro. When
final
it's like
blow.
these comps against each other, it's like very
Here we go,
death ball
Intergalactic.
comps against each other.
Horn
Everyone
at
gets
the
ult
ready
in
here
like
for
5
Senior
seconds.
Hop. Not a whole
Literally
lot
all
else to
6
go with
players
here
on
just
each
yet.
team.
Both
Just
teams
keep
bring
getting
up
ult. That's this game.
See the damage forcing
It's like
impunity back.
ult
Fate
fights.
of both worlds now gonna be burned. The horn used.
Like, look what's
All through,
happening on
it's
your
gonna be
fucking
there.
stream, bro.
Moves
It's
down.
just old
Intergalactic,
after
with
old
one
after
here so
old after
far.
old after
Not
old. Whoever
still
uses ults
dancing.
better just
Not
win.
much else to come on
That's
over.
how it is.
Amazing down. 5 versus 4. Now for Intergalactic, just grinding this one through.
Senior Hoff playing very dangerously here on point, just
What?
being the tank, being the tank.
Spectator
when
went to
there
this
is
guy
no
coming out
Vanguard
of
currently,
spawn.
As Hogs making it back, gonna get to here to the point. Sentinels still.
Sentinels are holding
firmly in
pretty
control,
well.
And I mean, we're approaching a last fight.
I think triple take
take
on defense is really good because you could stall forever.
They'll have the fate of both worlds. They're
So
gonna
many
have the
fights
Kraken
last so
impact here. Yet
long.
again, they need to make sure they don't lose anyone on the chase. They don't, luckily. As Sentinel's gonna back on up. Super Gomez getting pretty low.
Yeah, for
Sentinels
sure,
just continually to masterfully cycle these ults, keeping everyone up. No one's going down, and I feel like I have to put a little bit of pressure on a Senior Hoff who is playing the Namor, and we need to see more of the flanks, and that is unfortunately not going to be what you wanted to see.
Let me see if this guy's nice with it.
Headshot, the dink you love to hear when you're playing Helen. Right, Mason goes, yeah, another challenger, Bucky? Absolutely. By the way, frontline attack in this particular situation. You see Sentinels just moving forward on the side, but you know, you just buy so much time when you get pickoff like that, and Thing might have had enough.
Senior Hoff here again, holding onto the Horn of Proteus, so and the Kraken impact there for Doom. So there are options. There are options to break through these strategy for Sentinels, who's going to have the God of Mischief.
He
They're
just
also going
keeps
to have the Fate of
flanking.
the World shortly after.
I think they
Fox
should
is
put a
here for
little
Black.
radar on,
As
you know what I
there's
mean?
going to be the strategy souls. There's the Iagamot as well.
Damn.
It's all out there on the field.
It's literally all out there on the field, as you say, but off the Iagamotto, Kaluj able to get to Sentinels. Investing a decent amount.
Yeah, they should put a radar because I wanted to know if Hella was
and
flanking
it's
there
more
or
than enough
not.
to clean up the fight.
Like,
Only
I was
13 seconds
curious.
left here for
I'm pretty sure he
Intergalactic.
did
I don't
flank,
think they're
but
touching again.
I do not think
I
they're touching.
can't-
And
I
if
couldn't
they do
tell
touch,
after
it's not
they
gonna be a
went
great
off.
touch. It's going to be really hard because I mean Nuck could probably
Wait to that portal.
pop the God of Mischief to keep them alive with the strategy ult, but they need a portal. They need something on the
need a
like
portal.
right now. They make it through with the God of Mischief CP, so there's a chance. There is a chance. It's very, very small because there's still going to be a
There's
late
no
Fate
way.
of Worlds here for Krover on the Sentinel side, so they need something else. They need something very quickly. Doomed on the Psylocke though could potentially find a pick.
yeah, they don't win this.
Fate of both worlds in for Intergalactic. Amazing though, on the backside, takes down Fidel. And that was the kind of the problem with the portal last gasp here. It was more about touching the point and then hoping for the best. And the best simply did not come. Sentinels holding strong on the convoy.
Nah.
The butterflies.
And here's the worst part, unfortunately. The Dance of the Butterfly finally gets caught. Even if it may be gone off, they
Nah,
probably would
Triple
have gone to
Tank's
kill anyways.
good.
But on top of that,
Triple
while you're
Tank's really
ulting,
good
you're
on
not considered
defense.
contesting the cart. So the round ends.
But
Because
Sentinels
Doom
could have
is not
full held
touching that
first,
cart.
but they played
I
the
was not
first point
expecting
so
the
bad,
pocket
bro.
butterfly shutout at the end.
That was
No,
like
it's really
bad.
just floating in. Like floating in for like 10 seconds or however much.
Yeah. It's longer than that. You take a look. It's still
I
up
think
there. It's
having
like
portal
a
for
good,
recontest
we'll
is
start the
way
game
better.
18 seconds later than
And
when
way
we're
better,
supposed to
like
start.
way
That's all.
better.
It's a small tax deduction of time, if you were.
Of course.
Especially
the
on
IRS
this map.
Of Time Bank. And now, Kaluj positioned here, and all of Sentinels have now just made it over here to the stairwell on the left side of the spawn. Decided that we want to take the high ground effectively fast. We don't want to slog it through.
Wait.
And I mean, immediately rewarded by Fine Window.
Should we
Yeah,
get
you
this
just saw
guy back on
Windows HP.
route? Can we
Drop.
heal him?
Drop and
Or no?
gone.
The window's been
Just-
shattered. It's been shattered.
Can we
No more
like
window. They broke the
heal,
glass.
like
It wasn't
position
tempered
better,
glass. That was
like
the
all of
cheap
the
glass
above?
That will actually cut you if you ever interact with it. That's the type of glass that got broken there. And look, very, very strong opening here from Sentinels, setting
Get
the
that guy
tone.
in groove, bro.
Intergalactic, I mean, it's still going to be a relatively clean fight at the start here. No one with ultimates just yet. But the neutral game for Sentinels, unmatched to start things off.
A very aggressive position here, letting Super Gomez just trying to farm up damage here with the Awakening Rune, cleaving through all of Intergalactic. A lot of dark magic. They're going to play here in this bubble, actually. Very interesting. Just going to keep playing on this side, getting a lot of heals as no one goes down yet.
Sentinels, Gomez getting very, very low. Healed right back up. Fantastic.
Nice support ult.
Rejuvenation domain coming out from Aramori. Keeping everyone nice and healthy here on Sentinels. Enough time for Kurova to come in with Fate of both worlds. Senior Hoff, Kraken Impact ready to go on the other side.
Kaluj has ult.
Playmaking here for Intergalactic. Kaluj, though, moving forward.
Damn.
Komodo denied. Senior Hoff with the damage. The rest of his team, Goddess Death, going to be brought back to ground here, but not before getting the pick onto Loki in the back, which reses Super
Interesting
Gomez
how
back
no
into the
team
fight.
opts for Namor.
Still winnable.
Man,
It's
they
'cause it's, like,
couldn't
hard
get
to flank
the
on
Goddess
this
of Death
map, I
down
think.
fast
That's
enough.
why.
Really good dodge though from Senior Hoff, making sure to use the Trooper's Fist
Both
to
teams
get
are
around
playing-
the clobbering time. So that was really well
Or
done.
actually,
They're gonna
one
get the
team is
late pick
playing
again
Bucky
onto
Hella
Super Gomez. So he
instead.
says, "Hey, I'm back. Oh, I'm gone again. Goodbye." And
Interesting.
they've held on to the Kraken Impact and the Goddess Death for Intergalactic. So
Intergalactic
if there's
might win
ever a
this.
fight-
It'll be close.
interesting. They're choosing to drop the portal, get down.
Damn.
Yakov there.
Yeah, that portal was the selfish portal. I'm gonna use this to set my ult. What we saw from Kaluj. However, it's a trade-out. Kaluj ends up dying for it. It's Intergalactic actually trading out a little bit better right now. Doomed off the Gods of Death kill. Drops on down, gets Amazing right after, and just like that, Intergalactic continues to make their presence known here on point A. Only a minute 14 left remaining for Sentinels. They very well could get full health.
And Sinatraa still holds on to the Kraken impact as well. And sure, there's gonna be some support. There's gonna be some strategy coming up here soon for Sentinels, but if you pause it before,
it's very possible to get full health.
And you have to count that was a little bit of a selfish portal, or at least an interesting portal there for Kaluj, going for the quick recontest, looking for the Agamotto.
All right.
No, that was
Kraken
what?
Impact used
No,
and,
that was a good TP
not able to
by
break it down.
Kaluj. This guy's tripping.
They
They literally got a free kill on Doom for it, or on whatever this guy's name is, Sinatraa.
Find 2 pickoffs off the rip. Sentinels in a
Intergalactic,
much better
they have to be kicking themselves ZP. They have to be kicking themselves there because they're like, okay, we know we have ults, we know we have a Kraken impact to potentially find someone. They just couldn't burst down.
Did Loki die through his ult? What happened there?
And they all get caught by the clobbering time. And I mean, now that point's gonna go the way of Sentinels. And Intergalactic, their backs up against the wall a little bit.
Well,
more.
what
They might
happened?
even get staggered. Yeah, they are.
He copied Luna, bro.
Yeah, Doom saw.
This guy sucks balls.
And Hog saw Doomed, and I think at some point Doom was just
that
like,
should
all
never
right,
happen.
Yeah, let's do this
in a match.
Kind
Ever.
of like Iron Man 3.
That's like shit you just mess up in
a
rank.
to it, and it's just like, okay, you know, I'm getting sent out of the suit. All right, let's go. It's go time. And
I can't think back to it. I can't remember it, ZP. That is a very, I mean, it's not an esoteric.
They're gonna lose this match. If they lose this match, that's literally why they lost, by the way.
Fighting for the flank really
because this guy won't or copy
combo,
Luna like too late and standing in front of everyone, etc.
Try to win something on the flank there as their generation domain used early, and here's gonna be the God of Mischief, so they're gonna have actually holding on
this
to the Fate of Both Worlds, so
guy.
they can pop it a little bit later.
Well, Fate of Both Worlds once more a dance off.
No, he didn't accidental copy, he just copied too late. And he copied in front of everyone's face, so he got ulted by a tank as he copied. And it got cancelled.
Here. As you see, they only have a little bit further to go.
Yeah, they just lost to this guy.
Aramori holds on to the Fate of Worlds for so long, recognizing
just one ult like that, he's over.
And then damage boosting, empowering Super Gomez there, so the God Thunder gets a pick. Can they even touch? They have the portal. Oh, but the doppelganger. You see it. Come on out. But it doesn't count as a contest DP, and that's going to be the map.
Loki's just throwing, bro.
Keep an eye on Loki's fraud. That just may be the game developers when it comes to trying to contest with your doppelganger. Your aiming skill, who you're going to get more of, and the reality is that a lot of Moon Knight's kit is more about game sense and positioning, and less I'm really good at tracking. At this level of play, players like Super Gomez, players like Amazing, really good at tracking. Different world.
And well, ZP, it looks like we have started. Yeah, we've started the map here. I mean, a very aggressive first hold right off the bat. Just trying to stuff them here into lockers right out of the way. But Amazing, getting some of these cleanup kills.
Over. There you go.
You know, with both teams playing Hela, that means that we're going to see, and also Loki, that means we're going to be seeing some reses. And I mean, Doomed getting a res here right off the bat is just keeping the contest alive a little bit longer, but not quite enough. It's Intergalactic going to fall here. Sentinels playing this double duelist, not the triple Vanguard, as opposed to, you know, what you would think about maybe, oh, we'll play a triple Vanguard, but it was actually Intergalactic trying to make that work with Senior Hoff.
Super Gomez right now. A little bit of a quick retreat. Strange portal used. As Intergalactic comes back into the fight. And I do think following the Hela storyline here is going to be really interesting because there's so many sneaky areas you can position both on attack and defense where you're not only trying to get
this guy had the Rocket Raccoon pack,
but
bro.
you're also trying to get the better of the other Hela. And there's a lot of ways you can play it. And should you
that was good by Kaluj marking the Hela.
It's very impactful.
Get him off that head glitch.
I think Doomed and Amazing both have the ability to... Yeah.
Ready. Fate of Both Worlds is going to be used. Rather, God of Mischief copying the Fate of Both Worlds. It's Intergalactic staying alive here on the point. Gonna get some very big kills. The Wolverine swap for Senior Hoff is very big. But Super Gomez and Amazing controlling the high ground here. And we're going to see this a lot. Duelists just continuing to fight for the high ground. You're probably going to see a lot of the Doctor Stranges floating around, just continuing to try to find picks on these flanks, maybe get reses as, I mean, they're trying to chase down some of those duelist sentinels. But Super Gomez, I mean, he's fast. He's very fast on the Star-Lord. It's almost impossible to chase down the Star-Lord.
Sometimes you want to be fast, just pick up a pair of rocket boots. Pretty effective in the end. Galactic Legend, though, going to be used here. Super Gomez in over the top. Look for a pickoffs, but you know, when everyone's dancing down below and the dueling Luna ultimates, your options are going to be a little bit limited. Gauss death
Super Gomez looking down, just watching the ants.
He has a free hello right here.
Just watching all the
Yeah, he
ults
knows
go
it.
down, viewing
No
from the
support
sky
ult.
as the Goddess of Death comes on in
Wait.
from Rumoured in the back, gonna fight Fidel, knowing that there's no Fate of Both Worlds. That's actually
Is
so
Luna
well played.
okay?
Super Gomez drops the
Why didn't he
Galactic
just
Legend,
run?
forces those strategist ults, allowing Rumoured to go back in. But still, Intergalactic sustaining here on the point. They have the God of Mischief. They're gonna have some opportunity to potentially still stay.
Sentinels so far getting the better of this, the momentum of the fight in their favor. And, you know, once you start getting a little bit of a break in the front line, this is where Star-Lord can just run forward and just go, you know, shift one time after another, continue to roll in, reload, add on the damage. And look at Intergalactic here. I think they let this one go at this point. They're just setting up for defense on second. First, it's gone.
Sometimes those mad
okay.
are just that, because you give up more
This is
charge for no
alright.
reason, you stagger yourself, you don't really get much out of it. And the Intergalactic comp here is having some trouble because you're playing into the Star-Lord.
I think the supports on
constantly.
Intergalactic
You don't
are
have
not
another
that good.
duelist that's able to contest.
It's holding them
and
back
so
a
you're
little
kind of
bit,
losing
bro.
these flank
Like, if
pressure,
I'm gonna
losing
be
all the
honest.
pressure. Your strategies are feeling a lot more pressure to pop their ults a little bit earlier. So they need to have something to where they can just remove Gomez, or just they need to allow Senior Hoff to just get way more value.
Galactic Legend in from Gomez. Hella often the target of choice. Regeneration Domain, though, going to come down, limit some of the impact, but not enough before Wolverine gets caught in the same ultimate. So Super Gomez just a little bit of target acquisition change there, Vast, to again give Sentinels the momentum.
And right now, Rumoured and Super Gomez are they're driving the game. They're entirely is based off all the pressure coming out from those two flanking duelists, in particular Super Gomez, who's just completely uncontested. Senior Hoff finally gonna make it a swap to Namor. I mean, if you're gonna stay on the Wolverine, you just needed
Jay, he
just more
watching,
aggression,
then
more
he
picks. You need
realized
to have something
nothing
happen.
went
So the
wrong.
Namor now to contest Super Gomez a little bit more. Let the monster spawn as
I don't
Doom's
even
gonna
know what
find
that means.
Rumoured.
Yeah, quick little 1-2 from Doomed, and look, a single
Like, I
pickoff
didn't
like that
understand, like, a
could
single
really
part of
change
that
the
sentence,
tail of the
honestly.
next fight. Sentinels, we'll see how much they can.
Thank
They've already
you.
done
Maybe.
Fate of Both Worlds. We'll see
Potentially.
how much more they put into it, though. Agamotto in from window. No pickoffs, though, immediately after. It's still a fight. Sentinels is in.
By the eye.
Well, there's not going to be a second eye of Agamotto. It's blinded in one eye because Goodbye Kaluge taken down by Nook. They're still going to have the sustain here as well because they have the God of Mischief. And now Sentinels, they're stuck in this fight. They're going to be able to sustain for quite some time, but they don't have
They
that
win a
second
fight.
Vanguard. They don't have the shielding, and they're probably just going to back up here. And
They
that's
don't have
exactly
another
what's gonna be all the way
support
back
ult.
here.
Rumoured
And
has
Intergalactic
another
trying to
hello
find Dolores Kaluge,
again.
dropping a very cheeky
So
portal
it's gonna be
to
very
maybe,
hard for,
like, poke them from behind. I mean,
for
you can,
Intergalactic.
you
Oh,
know,
it's
get back pretty
actually
fast here as well, but they want the portal now to do some
this is all on
shenanigans
the
later on.
DPS right now.
Yeah, I mean, the downside
This is gonna
of
be
using
an
the
even
portal
fight.
is that now you're
Oh,
not
actually,
gonna have
Sentinel's
it
gonna
to
win this fight
squeeze in like a
100%.
third
They have way
contest.
better
It kind of
DPS
puts them in the
ults.
two-fight territory.
Star-Lord
here
ult
for
is
second
OP with
point,
no
right?
against
So,
no support ult.
Super Gomez, Galactic Legend, into the top,
Yeah, it's over.
immediately finds Senior Hoff, focuses on the duelist, gets his target, sets up the 6v5, still
Yeah,
going into the backline. Loki just gets burned on down, and again, Avast, it's the duelist setting the tone for Sentinels.
It is. It's why Star-Lord's been seeing so much play. I mean, you're just so fast. You put so much pressure out. The Galactic Legend, it just controls so, especially when you have like large, wide areas like this on the point B here for Spider Islands. You're just able to provide so much pressure. And with the clobbering time coming over Hogs, that means that, okay, no regeneration domain, no ults being farmed with the strategist, so gets tons and tons of value. As
Intergalactic need to play in a way where they're
on
countering
5.1
DPS ult with their support ult.
This
They're
is a tough
they're
point to
using
go
both their
into, by the
support
way.
ult right
Even
now
when we
for
looked at EU,
like
this
nothing
is the
almost.
final
I feel
boss,
like.
I feel like, of points in Marvel Rivals.
How
It
is it
not
that
easy to get full
Sentinel has
completion
2
on
DPS
Spider
ult
Island,
and
so
Intergalactic
we'll
don't even have
see where
one support ult?
Intergalactic
Not even
goes here
close
on
to
the
one.
defense. It does not really mean
Like, there's
anything for
something
Sentinels
off with,
if they
like,
don't
their
finish out here, but it
ult
means the world
rotations.
if they do.
Doom popping that.
They can't
Goddess of
afford
Death
to waste like
very,
a
very
support ult
early,
against
getting
like
blocked
the
out of
thing
by
ult or
Kaluge with the
something.
Book
They
of
need to like
Levitation.
save.
There's
Wait,
some Hellas throwing some orbs at each other as Nook
Wait.
off the high ground. Goodbye, Nook. So there's no Loki heals anymore.
wait.
As a rough loss early in the fight. No more strategist ults up here for Intergalactic.
When he first fell off the
Effectively
ledge, I was
naked
like,
to the pressure that
he's gonna
Sentinels is
land
be
on the
putting
ground,
window.
right?
Holds
And I looked at
Agamotto.
top right and it said he fucking threw,
Agamotto
or he
in the
fucking
moment, but
jumped
instead
off.
Kaluge, offensive Agamotto sets things up. 3 more picks here for Sentinels, and they are getting real
Yo,
close
should we
to
drop that
potentially
guy?
completing
What's
a
going on?
difficult
This guy's like
complete
solo losing every
You
match.
gotta embrace your Midwestern roots.
That guy's the only reason they
You gotta
lost the
sound
last
really, you gotta
match.
sound really Midwestern there when you go for it. But it's now.
That's a
here comes the
battle.
contest out. But Hogs
Did Mike kill
hiding
Hella
behind,
through?
dropping the clobbering
No.
time, trying to force out ults. Gonna get out the God of Mischief.
What?
Regeneration Domain keeps
Just the
everyone very
one
healthy
thing
for Sentinels,
ult,
as they just
and
leave
they
the second wave,
they
get
auto
clobbered.
support ult.
We left.
Like they just run away.
Quick pick off on the right maze. Just that one pick off, buying more time. Window in.
And now this guy has a
out.
free ult again.
No extra pickoff zone. Super Gomez now once more Galactic Legend.
Okay, he used it pretty bad,
Regeneration
but
domain, so not the easiest.
very bad.
Breaks line of sight for 1 second. Nearly gets 2 in the back, but not quite.
I think
Those are guys
initiating
that
with the
have to touch
Star-Lord
card. They
ult like that,
have to
like
move in. They're so
really
close to
early,
doing
is
this
like
up
pretty
for
bad.
free,
You have to do it
as
kind of mid-fight,
Intergalactic
a
have to
little bit
immediately
mid-fight,
head
like
back
pretty
out
early,
as
but
they
like
took cover from the Galactic Legend.
Oh, the swap from Senior Hoff onto Star-Lord, so clutch. There are 2 different stellar shifts, giving him
especially against
invincibility
Loki, you
making sure
can't
he
just
does
ult
not
with
go
Star-Lord
down
because
to the Galactic
he has
Legend with
triple
Super Gomez,
lamps and then
and
no
that's
one
just another
fucking
reason why Star-Lord
dies.
just so powerful. You can just be
You
positioned
have to
like
wait
that,
till your
use
team
2
like
different
walks
dashes
out
just to
fully,
get out
and
and
then
give
you
you
go ult.
invincibility. As now Sentinel's
I've
rounding the corner.
experienced
I
that
mean,
shit a lot.
they're looking here for the Eye of Agamotto. They do have the Fate of Worlds. They're gonna have both.
But I can
Shards up,
understand
but
his
Intergalactic
perspective.
all think of their own, and really, it's
Like,
like where does the clobbering time
This
come out?
tournament
Where's
probably
it
means
hitting
like a
already?
decent amount to
Impunity gonna
him.
drop
It's
right
like
there.
last fight
Collusion
about
to
to
the back line,
be.
drops
He has
Eye
ult. They
Agamotto.
don't have support
Fate of
ult. He
both
knows
worlds
that.
out on
He's
both
like he wants
sides.
to
Everyone
1v6
dancing, feeling
type
the beat.
ult. Like
No
it's
one dying here
understandable.
just yet. Senior Hoff, Galactic Legend into the back. Super Gomez super close to his own legend. Both teams looking for the all-important first pick.
This guy needs to get ult
Health bar
quick.
is being healed back up as quick as they go down. Super Gomez
If he gets ult, they
ready
win.
to go.
If this guy gets ult,
Watch the
Sentinels win.
Galactic Legend. You gotta
What is this guy
watch it.
doing?
Where is he being marked
What's
right now,
happening?
ZP? Because you, like you called out, Super
Oh, he's
Gomez
looking for
has
Hella.
that ult. He's down. Nook finds such
Oh.
a very good pick. And Doom still making some pressure here. But
Oh,
ZP,
I think they
mean,
win.
this
He has
could
ult.
be a huge
Ooh, I would
Gods of
have
Death.
went in a little more.
Gods
This is
of Death is
bad.
out. What's going to deal with it
Wait.
right now? People have to back up from the barrage, but they also need to move forward and
Oh.
touch the payload. I guess it's time for the thing, but the damage dealt by Amazing there sets the tone for the
That
fight.
still
And the
worked.
pickup's going to be
Still
there.
worked.
Kaluj just finishes what is set up by the Goddess of Death, and it's Sentinels
I would've walked up a
getting
little
through
more, though.
this incredibly tough point. Slip away from them. They need to do at least equivalent of Ast on their own attack.
See a little bit of that little Rocket Raccoon value. Getting some armor packs just for the fun out of the spawn from the BRBs. Is now
It's all good. It happened.
Window
Bro. It
trying to make some
happens.
space. Intergalactic trying
Happens
to get
to
through
the
the
best
show
of
very,
us.
very early. And this is where
Not
the
me,
comp
but,
Sentinels
like,
is so dangerous. And it's
other
just a general
people it
map
happens
with
to,
now
like
double
him.
duelists. Is you're gonna be being shot from all the high ground, from behind, everywhere. Star-Lords, Hellas, they're in the trees. They're in the trees, CP, and they have to make it through this choke.
It's so difficult because
Save
in
it as a
pushing the
5.
payload,
Zabru
you
is
do
so
have to
prime.
sit
Chico
in a
is so
very
prime.
tight choke point.
What
But
is
as you say,
Sentinels playing?
You look up at the verticality
Same
from
shit.
where you're getting poked down from.
Mirror. Yeah,
it's
it
not
is.
great. It is almost going through war. But
Oh, and that's a great situation for Intergalactic. They forced the early regeneration domain there. So
Was
they're
No
gonna
More
have that
banned?
sustained, but
Is
already
No More
obviously
banned?
farming a ton of God of Mischief, and
I feel like Namor
it
on
doesn't matter if
defense
they
on
lost
this map
picks
is super good.
you lose
Like,
thing early on,
super
and
good.
suddenly it's.
I feel like
all right,
that's
how do we get
that-
back to spawn without losing
I would play that.
everyone in the process? Big
Instead
early
of
pick off from
Star-Lord, I
Sentinels, and
think.
Super Gomez
Or
even gets
instead
on
of
the
Hella,
Doom.
either
You know, Doom
one.
might have tried to just
But I think
get the
Namor
pick
is
off on the Gomez himself
super
there,
good
but
on
it's always
first
on the
point
knife's
of
edge
this
when
map.
those two fight.
Defense.
Ooh, Super Gomez getting a little silly with it. Again, goes to spawn.
I'm pretty
quickly.
sure it's like
Gonna
yeah,
survive, have
OP
the stellar
that
ships.
character on this
Now
point.
Intergalactic setting up for their next push. 2 ults already in the bank, but Sentinels, I mean, look at it. They're a very, very healthy economy themselves, and Intergalactic, they gotta find
If
an
he died
option to
in
break
Civ
this.
Prime, PVT then Civ Prime.
Intergalactic.
Oh, ban their top
2
left.
minutes and
Yeah.
30 seconds on attack. Already doesn't feel like a whole lot of time. Right now, just looking at Super Gomez, ready to become the legend once more. Fate of Two Worlds pops pretty early here from Intergalactic, not getting a ton immediately. It is going to force out Fate of Two Worlds on the other side. Eye of Agamotto in over the top window. It's huge. 2 immediately falling.
The Vanguard, so big. Clobbering time followed up by the Eye of Agamotto, but they still want to commit Sentinels. I mean, they're still pretty healthy. They want to drop the Galactic Legend. Senior Hoff on the Wolverine. He can do nothing. They're shooting from the high ground.
Sentinels
What can he
played
do?
that
He's got
all right.
claws. He can do nothing from the high ground, from the low ground there. But
They
Doom
could
gonna
have been
pop the
better.
Goddess of Death. And okay, this is gonna
The-
clean
the-
up
like,
this fight.
this
They're gonna get the
Intergalactic
first card.
team
They
is
need
so
a stagger. They
support
need a stagger
happy.
so badly here on the Hogs.
They're
because
so,
the
like,
issue now is that they've used
Just
so many
Hogs
ults.
walks up
They've
and
used
ults
so
and
many ults here. They
instantly
are gonna
Luna
click on the
ults.
Hogs. And they're gonna get the portal tech. They're
Like
getting the
literally,
portal tech.
they could have
Window,
just
dropping the portal tech,
they could have
making
just
sure
backed
they
up
can't
Sentinels
effectively
after,
contest the counter
and they
portals
just
collusion.
would have had
They
double
can't get in
portal
here. They
advantage.
can't use the portal to touch point.
Portal comes on out, but they have to watch out for Collusion. The final boss of finishing off the payload drops the Eye of Agamotto. Doesn't quite result in much offhand. I mean, I think it might have
This
been
guy has a free
results in
fucking
a
hello
long time,
because
but
there's no
Intergalactic,
support ult.
they
It's
lose
just bad,
window
bro. It's
towards the
bad.
end. Off some of the pressure from Amazing on the Goddess of Death. 2 down, and only a minute left here of Ast. Intergalactic doesn't have many more shots.
Look, watch.
at trying to get
Watch.
the first point.
Look how
In
fast
fact,
Luna's gonna ult
aptly named, they have
off
the
Hogs
last
ult
stand. They have the
only.
last
It'll just
stand.
be
We're
1
gonna
for 1.
have-
It's
I mean,
bad.
I think this is the issue here is that
Insta
like, the
Luna
Wolverine's
ult
such a
again,
strong
watch.
pick, but if you're just
If
not
it
able to
happens,
deal
it's just
with
it's
these
insta
duels on the
loss
high
for
ground on
Intergalactic, I
the
think.
differentials and just find an early
No
pick.
way.
I mean, Senior Hoff is doing nothing. He's just staring up in the sky as
gonna happen.
occurs. There's
Let's
the
see.
flank. Senior Hoff goes to the high ground, trying to find one. The Soul Drainer doesn't get the Pharaoh leap. I mean, cooldown's down, so now
He already
it's round
copied.
2, looking for anything.
He was looking for the rooftop grab, doesn't
Oh, they
get it,
ulted
but
first.
still, last stand on deck, getting into the fray of things, looking for the right time to use that decisive ultimate. Hasn't
Oh,
popped
no.
it here just yet. Both teams still at full strength. Got some mischief used here from Nuck. Fate of two worlds in. And there we go, clobbering time.
It's big. Can they find anyone? They're not able
Intergalactic
to
looks so indecisive. Or
I mean, they're
indecisive.
still looking for the last stand. Senior Hawk still slashing.
The Wolverine looks so, like, indecisive.
We need something to happen here, Intergalactic.
Like, they definitely don't know what to do. Like, you could tell. With how his screen looked.
Only for the Hela. Only Hela ends up falling here. Super Gomez in over the top. Galactic
There's not
laying
much, like,
down the
game
damage.
planning.
Sentinels wanting to end the map here and now. And it's looking like they might just do it. Time has run off the clock.
It's more of a just like walk up to point and just like pray, kind of like team fight that just happened. Very reactionary, very like, yeah.
The rest of Intergalactic just getting chunked down one by one. The hold, it's done.
And just Super Gomez, I mean, just never find
Can't
a
win
chance
like
to use the
that.
last stand. Could be, especially in that last
Need
like, 2-3
game
minutes.
plans.
You
Everything just felt
need
like
his
not
value.
like
and it's not easy. It's really
random.
not easy. It's not like
Just
Senior Hawk's a
random
bad
low key
player at all.
copyright.
It's
Just walk up.
really, really
Just walk up
hard
the
when
point.
you're
Everyone
playing
just
to
sit
accomplish.
behind
Two people
point.
are in the
All
sky
right, I'm
the
just
whole
ulting.
time.
All
You
right,
know, they're
what
drawing up the
next?
plan. They're just like, okay,
All right,
so what do you
Wolverine
want me to
ult
do
is
as Wolverine?
strange. All right.
Oh, you want me
Yeah,
to?
just like
Oh,
nothing.
I get one chance of the.
Some Puckett's excess belief, but because Sentinels, what do I see here? Heartbreak emoji.
This is all that's
Super
gonna
Gomez
happen.
on
They're
the
gonna
Star
brawl
Lord.
in the first fight.
Heartbreak
Thing
emoji,
is gonna
there
farm
it is,
ult.
on
Thing
the
is
map.
gonna
You've seen it
ult.
before.
Support ult
Gonna be up in the
happens,
skybox.
and then somehow
Looking to put a lot
another
of pressure
support ult
Intergalactic. They
happens, and
need to
then
have
Starlord
some
has ult
answers
for free.
The interesting
Kills
thing too is that
everything.
you banned the Hela, and obviously part of it is that Rising has been playing the Hela. Where, by the way, speaking of new compositions, 3 strategists coming on out: Kurova, Rising, Aramori.
These guys are playing their
Rising,
res
kind of
comp. What the
freelancing
fuck?
on probably a more damage-oriented Mantis, something you've played a lot actually in Vast.
Mantis, I mean, essentially functions as almost another duelist there. When you have the allied inspiration, you can damage with your allies.
Look how much
you can also
space
use
they're
damage
giving,
yourself.
bro.
In return,
What
you
do-
have
what
the
is
Force
happening?
Slumber to sleep people. So I mean, there's really a lot of options and utility here from the Mantis. That on top of that, her primary doesn't have fall off, so it's essentially just another duelist.
Cracking impact out early, Hogs down. Blaster Barrage though.
Does Doom have
Super
ult again?
Gomez, who's getting
Oh no, he
all
doesn't.
the
He didn't get
healing
that
in the world,
reset.
Probably also gonna be getting Mantis support buffs all game long.
Why?
You have Dooms right now.
Why is he ulting?
Instead, it's
What
the fate
happened?
Of both worlds coming on out. Both teams doing a little
What
bit of
happened?
right now. A lot of ults on deck for Sentinels in the moment. I have Agamotto out from Cluj. No one down yet though for Intergalactic in turn. Instead
Did
of Super
anything
Gomez
even happen?
using that Adam Warlock Resurrection to come right back into play.
And Sentinels, I mean,
Now
usually,
all it
like,
takes is
just
Hog's
stand up. I mean,
ult,
when the
and then
heals
their
come out,
Luna
it's
forced to
amazing,
ult.
But they still have plenty of heals as the clobbering time comes out for impunity.
No, that's already
Legend
won.
out, but
First
very
fight, he
amazing.
got an ult
It's
against
gonna be
zero
very hard to
support
punish
ult.
Some of these players, they need to take it down. They need
First
to
fight. Now they're all
do
stuck in this
it.
room. This is
They're gonna be
impossible
charged,
to
coming
win
on
from
in,
this room, by
trying
the
to
way.
mobilize some.
Yeah,
They're
on
gonna find
on
anyone, but
defense,
it is
it's
gonna be
impossible that they
finally
can
caught. And
because they don't have a
the
support ult.
strategist here, ZP, is just keeping
What's
so
going on?
much sustain for Sentinels, where Intergalactic, they just need to find a pick. They need to get.
Oh, they're gonna TP out? I
Sentinels
guess
back
that's like a
something,
decent
because they
try.
can't just be playing here.
But still, it's impossible to win.
Intergalactic
It's just so dumb. These people, they're actually like pissing me off watching this.
the doorway repeatedly, and the
I mean,
portal,
he's
by the way,
literally a sentient boulder. What are you supposed to
Yes.
do? How are you supposed to get past that?
Yeah, like everyone runs from the Galactic Legend. The Galactic Legend basically is used as a credit card for positional advantage, and then Hogs just walks and blocks the doorway. Doesn't move.
The walks and blocks. I like it. Coming up with some combos there. The walks and blocks right there. I mean, Intergalactic here, the ult bank's still pretty strong for them. I mean, they're going to have the Hornet Proteus. They'll have the God of Mischief. So they have a Kraken impact. They have some options to get some picks, but they just can't be letting them lose all this position, because as soon as the position is lost, that's where the triple strategy gets the most value CP, because they're just getting the damage boost. They're getting the CC. They're getting all the damage here coming out from the thing, all the damage mitigation as well for his team. So they need to let their double duelist try to make some space for them.
Yeah, I mean, you go into this next fight, all eyes have to be on Doomed, who opens up Bionic Arm. Forces out early Agamotto, Kaluj, fate of both worlds out for both teams. Both teams still super healthy, but there's the first reset, and here comes Doomed. After taking down Aramori, that might just be it. No extra resets there.
Another ult. Another ult into zero support ult. This is just so crazy, bro. It's too crazy. These people are like lost their minds.
So Rumoured can make it back.
There you go.
Staying alive here off that karmic revival. There's gonna be the Galactic Legend. Legend of the Deep use. There's the clobbering time too, but no one dies. But also, I mean, everyone's just kind of sustaining right now. Super Gomez continues to find picks. Just so much pressure here, so many heals. The damage boost. It's just so
too crazy, bro. It's too crazy.
Well, the damage ends up coming to an end, but guess what? You use the cocoon. You're right back in there. That's the upside of being Star-Lord with an Adam Warlock, and the pressure continues.
This is just a massacre,
keep the convoy
bro.
moving forward. Second point is theirs. 4 minutes left to go here in our match point game as Sentinels look to be the first champion of Rivals Fight Night North America.
And definitely not
the
as
support ults
dominant
are
as
too
the VP
bad,
match
bro,
was
on
earlier
that
today
team.
in EU, but looking still very, very strong here for Sentinels, winning a potential, potential match point option here to be our first Rivals Fight Night champion. As Sentinels hold on to both Vanguard ults, holding on to the Agamotto, holding on to the clobbering time. Intergalactic making the swap to Sinatraa to Squirrel Goal here for the last point of the path, which, to be fair, it's very enclosed. You do get to build ult that Squirrel Tsunami very, very quickly. So, I mean, maybe that extra damage.
These guys got on Squirrel Girl.
And you can say you hit him with your nuts.
Okay, thank you, Puckett. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, but yeah, I mean, you can't help but not get damage here in the situation, right? Like, the slingshot's gonna hit something. Fate of both worlds, though.
They just double support ulted?
Both teams.
I think they just double support ulted. Sentinels.
Life pretty even across
That
both sides.
should never
Window,
happen in pro play.
Agamotto.
But I mean, they're already fucking winning so hard, it doesn't matter.
The front it goes. Window. Is the setup going to be good? Regeneration domain used in turn, but it's still not enough to save Kaluj. Not quite in it. However, you got Kurova.
The tanks on this team are pretty good. They're actually not bad.
I mean, however, the karmic
Is that one more?
right in front of everyone. They have to make sure not
into
to
zero
go
support ult.
There's the regeneration domain. Everyone's gonna live here for right now. Unlikely
no value though.
Gonna be able to chase.
Surprisingly,
as, there's the live stream keeping them up.
That's 3 in a row.
Out here from the Adam Warlock,
into no support ult.
But still holding strong. However, they don't have any ults. They have to be very, very worried of these Vanguard ults for Sentinels.
Yeah, particularly Kaluj. I mean, yes, Hogs has had great clobbering times, and okay, check the time. It's clobbering time. Moves on in, drops the Eye of Agamotto, and it's a full team wipe. Just completely.
Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. ZP. Here comes the portal tech. They're not gonna be able to get out as long as it doesn't screw it up. I mean, they just can't get out of spawn. They can't get out of spawn now. This is so sad. It's actually so sad. I mean, I don't know
your right to play the game.
Time. It might be just on the edge, but I mean, it's like, what, 20 seconds? Like 10, 20 seconds? Yeah, it's not going to be enough. It's over. I mean, and no timelines does Intergalactic. Doctor Strange just scanned them all. Kaluj just looked through them. There's no timelines where they get out of spawn. There's just 0. 100%. I mean, status, power, prestige. Everyone's called the lowly masses calling out, looking, oh, Sentinels.
Status,
the cloud war become even more clouded, collecting it up like a clout black hole.
That's too funny, bro.
With the double Vanguard ult there for Intergalactic.
They gave up. Guys are on Squirrel Girl. They lost their minds.
In that case, but it was just almost value because they were able to get the root. They were able to just like lock Hogs in place. Couldn't use the clobbering time, but Kaluj still unfortunately able to go past, drop the Agamotto now that the CC was done. And it looks like that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna stay on the Squirrel Girl here. And this point, this map in particular, very, very strong for her hit. She's able to get a lot of damage, hopefully get more, as Doomed already getting Super Gomez, playing very, very aggressively here in the front line.
Wouldn't necessarily expect the Star-Lord to be the first one to get brought low by the slingshot, but hey, sometimes it just works that way. Early man advantage here for Sentinels, or rather for Intergalactic, and you know, they just get to keep the pressure on. But okay, as I say that, Super Gomez dives backline, everyone is dead with. That was right-facing everyone in there at the same time. Blink and you miss it.
And it's just so hard. And also the downside here for the Squirrel Girl, there's multiple downsides. One, obviously it's tough to fight into the flyers there, but sometimes your acorns are so explosive it doesn't matter. 2, you give an incredible amount of strategist ults.
So back this
especially when you're playing triple strategist, those acorns are absolutely just filling up their bars. As Kurova, oh my gosh, with the cosmic cluster, no, that's not a serial, that is the secondary fire. And already just going to be getting another pick. And that's the advantage of the Adam Warlock too. On top of the team up CP, which you've highlighted before, you have a lot of damage from the Mantis and Adam Warlock, which is typically why they run together, because you're getting just their utility plus an incredible amount of damage.
Honestly, now I just want cereal. After you said a cosmic cluster in that way, I mean, that just brings me back is like, it would make sense. But here we go, Hogs, clobbering time. Super Gomez down. Intergalactic looking to make things work. They drop the Squirrel Tsunami. However, Super Gomez brought right back in. Karmic Rebirth from Kurova. Sentinel still at full strength. Guess what? Kalusha's Eye of Agamotto. He's gonna drop it in where the top is fall through. Gonna be there. Kurova able to get
Gomez
down
has a free ult now.
There's gonna be enough. Those Intergalactic comes on in. God of Mischief, Fate of Two Worlds. And now it's Sentinel.
I mean,
stuck in
the
doorway.
ults are gone. The ults are gone here a little bit. They
Wow.
have to make sure that Super Gomez fought. What an amazing Maelstrom Madness there with the Coco Levitation. They're still going to make it out, try
Tank
to find a
players
pick here.
keeping
There's a
them
lot of
alive.
damage on the
Yep,
field, and
nope,
they
they
do.
lost.
And that's what's so brutal about this comp for Intergalactic is that, yes, they have a ton of damage for Doom, but they don't have a lot of necessarily finishing power. And as soon as they break out of a choke, I mean, all of Sentinel's players with the triple strategist, they can all get a limbs. They can all get picks. There's so much damage on the field there that there's really no safe angle.
Got to remind you of the stakes here. Sentinels about 2 fights away on this first point from being the first champions of Rivals Fight Night North America. Here on our first broadcast day, Intergalactic running out of time, running out of opportunities. Both these fights mattering a whole lot of Ast as the setup continues. Sentinels, though, might be clobbering time once more as Hogs goes on in, seizes the opportunity, drops some punches. Is the fall through going to be there? They get one.
The follow through is more than enough, and just as really just as terribly there for Windows. On top of the fact they were getting stunned from the clobbering time, they had the anti-heal from the stacks of
Thunder this
so
Prime.
they couldn't even get healed. Couldn't even get healed during that fight, which maybe could have turned it. And Sentinels are so willing to take these aggressive fights, not just because of the ults, but because if they lose one, okay, we have the Adam Warlock passive, the regenerative cocoon, bringing people back alive, and it's just brutal. It's absolutely brutal here to deal with that aggression, even if you're down one.
Final opportunity for Intergalactic. Tournament life on the line. Right now, we see Doomed going in on the Star-Lord, looking for any early pick. Galactic Legend ready. Blaster Barrage to open things up. Fate of Two Worlds from Fidel. Intergalactic trying to make something happen. Sentinels, though, a full war chest ready to respond. Gonna have the Soul Resurgence in here from Rymazing. Sentinels moving forward. What is the next shoe to drop? Kaluj has the Eye of Agamotto ready. They get second lives here with the Karmic Rebirth. Intergalactic, though, still just looking for their first pick. We are in overtime, Sentinels. What do you have? Rumoured, God of Mischief is down. Window, Eye of Agamotto on the cart. Impunity, though, is dead. The fall through not necessarily there. Karmic Rebirth coming on in. Super Gomez, Galactic Legend, takes down Window, takes down Doomed. This could be it. And how fitting would it be if Gomez is the one to put it away as Sentinels on the verge. They are your first champions of Rivals Fight Night North America.
And Sentinels, I mean, they're showing the strength, showing how flexible they are, and showing just the breadth of their comps. I mean, to whatever we wanted to flex to.
It was ridiculous flexibility, but also, I mean, similar parts across the board. I think the Star-Lord probably the most consistent part.
I
You know
think
who else was consistent?
if I'm
Whether
Shroud, I
scripted
sign
or
only
not,
Doomed.
Puckett. We're at the end of our broadcast.
I mean, everyone just
Yeah,
playing their
definitely
parts
not
expertly.
Rad.
And then Aramori, of course.
I mean, I'll play for
ever-present
Shroud's
Loki.
team for 100K
Even
a
when you get a
month.
pick, you have the
Did Shroud
Residents
pay
coming
me
up
that
with
or no?
Karmic Revival, or because Star-Lord and tons of damage to punish.
Yeah, I don't
Big
know.
shout out to everyone in the
Interesting
chat. We're not
game,
done. Right now we have
interesting.
to crown our
Gaming that we saw.
If I'm Shroud,
gotta
no
say,
cap.
Rivals Fight
I'm
Night,
dropping
probably
that
the best
Loki
show
player,
on
that
Twitch for
Luna
that
player, and I'm
sponsor. If
fucking
you got
signing
money, it is
Valentina
now
Eve, bro.
time to
No
get
troll.
in. Rivalsfightnight.com has a donation link, and I saw